All right, I have started recording. What's going on, guys? It's Tetrosphere jumping on into another commentary of some Genesys format from the locals. I have with me special guest Juan. Say
Hello.
what up? So
Uh,
we are jumping into a match here that is yours truly on the right, Juan himself, the Juan and only. On the left
yep.
is Devin D. Davis. Uh, we have our special guest Juan here today because he played against this Megalith strategy, and I can't be fucked to read these cards. Uh, Although I did actually read some of them. I have some handy around here because I was a little bit curious about the deck, if I'm being completely honest. So I'm not completely ignorant to their game plan, but not super familiar. So we do have a little help. Let's go ahead and jump on into the match. I have skipped ahead just a few moments. I believe everyone has rolled dice, etc., etc. Or let me skip ahead a little bit here. This is unedited, so
Yep.
okay, here we
It'd be
go.
cool if you got somebody to edit your videos for you, like, right?
Yes, I didn't want to do all the moving around. So here we go. On to the match. Who won the die roll? It must have been Devin here. Okay, so what just happened? Actually, my camera I see is slightly off. So
It
it,
seems he used one of the Megalith monsters. The effect to ritual summon using another Megalith by discarding. Or
oh,
it rituals a Megalith by discarding itself and then using materials as well from the hand.
okay. So
S-
the megalith gimmick is that you discard it, and that is what you do instead of activating a ritual spell.
yes, they're all like monsters that allow you to ritual summon,
Okay.
which makes it so it's strictly a neg, which is why it hasn't been popular recently.
Okay, but they have that new support, obviously, from Doom of Dimensions. The new boss monster is very powerful, so
Yes.
that seems to be why it seems to be at least somewhat viable here in Genesis. Okay, so now that we have that out of the way, summoned here was, let's see, I don't think I have this particular card. Um, let's see what happens after this, then we'll go ahead and jump on. And it looks like, I'm guessing this one on summon allowed him to search his deck for the new continuous spell, Anastasis, which is just a add two, discard one. And
Yes,
it looks
by
like,
discard for cost.
yeah, you discard for cost to add two, let's see, Megalith monsters, one level 4 or lower, one level 8 or higher. So we have added, it looks like,
It's the to be the level 2 and the new boss monster.
yeah,
Yeah.
so level 2 is full, which was just reprinted in OP29, which is how I have that one right here in front of me handily. And then the boss one is Notra Plura.
Mhm.
So we must have discarded Notra Plura to conduct a ritual summon, and that's how we got full on the field. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay.
And then it seems that he used the effect of it's either full or the continuous spell that draws two and then discards.
Yes, that's when you ritual summon a monster. It's the continuous draw two, discard one. Okay, so
Ironically,
these two monsters that we're looking at here, do they themselves represent any interruption?
yes, they're both. I believe both of them are very scary. I'm gonna look for the one on field. Uh, so there's the level 2 is the scary one. I think it is actually the strongest monster in the deck. It allows you to ritual summon from the deck as a quick effect. So it lets you bring out anything from your Megalith toolbox. So even though the boss monster does say Omni Negate, I do think that just being able to access a toolbox is much more powerful.
Right, especially because the continuous spell is whenever you conduct a ritual summon, so you're then drawing into more hand traps. But it seems like we pass on just
Yeah.
this. So you go ahead and activate Vision in the draw phase. So what you're looking at here essentially is an Omni Negate and a ritual summon and drawing into some hand traps.
I should let you know at this
Yes.
point, I have not read a single card that he was playing,
Okay,
so
okay.
I didn't know anything he had.
Beautiful.
But I start asking after I activate my first card, which is a great decision.
Yes. Yes. Shout out Aditya.
Yes, shout him out. You
All
know,
right, so we have MST targeting the Anastasis, which it looks like he decides that he does not need that value. So he could have negated the MST,
he
right?
could have,
Yeah, okay,
uh,
so he determined that that was fine.
which I think was his downfall at that point,
Fair.
based off of what happens later on.
Okay, so I guess we'll see. How many MST do you play? Is it just the one for the package?
I play one for the package. I in a deck that's full of bricks, I don't want to add more
Yeah, that's
bricks that
fair.
aren't that great.
All right, so speaking of, we go ahead and activate Momenton Tiklon, the field spell.
Yes.
And then it looks like we have Sleepy, Final Bringer. Is that Fusion and... Okay, so we go Final Bringer targeting Notriplura and itself. Or not itself, but Sleepy. And then that seems to be what he negates. Oh,
Yes.
okay, now we have... Is that Grand Breakout?
Yes, that is Grand Breakout, which tributes for cost to summon a goblin monster from the deck.
And then he
Which
chains full to perform the fusion or the ritual summon?
yes, yes. And this card is a very potent card. I believe it non-target pops up to the amount of rituals he controls. I have to check really quick, but when this card is ritual summon, target cards it targets, but it's on ritual summon, which makes it so that that full right there essentially allows you to have value during turn one.
Yeah.
Uh,
Okay.
but for some odd reason, he chose not to pop the goblin,
He popped
which
the field
allowed me to
spell.
continue. Yes, he only did one, which I thought was confusing, but then you'll realize based off of what he discards from his hand in a second here, it still
Ah.
does it.
Okay, so he...
But
So...
his downfall right there was not keeping that draw for extra hand traps because I held that last power
Mm-hmm.
card,
There we go.
which
Okay. And now he's out of interaction, right?
yep, and he knows exactly what happens when Memento gets has no interruption and pretty much just going second.
To be clear, that
So
Skullmeister was in response to Gaddock attempting to summon itself from grave.
yes,
Okay,
yes, yes.
okay, okay. So now we're able to activate fusion because a monster was destroyed. We're able to shuffle back from grave, which allows us to get into the twin dragon, which pops itself and then adds up to 2, right?
Yep. And essentially here I win the game. Uh, he has nothing left, which Devin Davis has played this deck, so he should know exactly what's going to happen. But I believe he's waiting to see if I know how to get too lethal from there.
Which is fair because he doesn't really know you that well. I don't think so. I think I under. Also, he's getting the information of like how you play Memento, not you know what I mean, like how you choose to combo into what, how you. Oh, but he does just scoop here anyways. Okay, so we're giving him a little too much credit, perhaps.
He was also waiting for Akihiron to resolve its effect,
To
because that's essentially the point where you're like, yeah, you have nothing you can do.
right.
Because if you don't know, the giant ritual has 3,700 attacks, so it's quite the body to have.
Yes. Right. So if you weren't able to activate Akihiron there, you wouldn't have been able to kill because you would only have the 5k to attack over it, and then obviously you're still dealing with the other body plus your much smaller guys attacking directly. He's not going to get to 8k, but obviously because you're able to activate Akihiron, all your guys can attack directly. There's no problem that he has a 3,700 attack monster on the field.
Yes.
Okay.
And honestly, even at that point, I feel like with what I was doing, I was able to make a board after stripping away what he had.
Well, exactly. So
Based
he
on,
was going to draw into one card, which in a ritual deck can never be good, right?
yeah, because
Yeah.
everything's essentially just a neg, and even like the one card combo quotation requires a discard. So
Right. So it's truly a 1.5 card combo.
yes, so
Okay.
like that's why I say not being able to draw was his downfall. Because if he was
Yeah.
able to draw, he'd be have a chance of recovering. Of course, we realize now that it wasn't true because I had lethal anyways. But
Right. But I mean, but what you're saying is with the information he had, you think the correct play was to negate MST
yes,
Yeah.
yes, I don't know what he was worried about. Honestly, I
more
feel
than
like
losing the draw too.
yeah, I feel like drawing two is more important than Omni negate against a deck that is essentially all gas.
Right.
As you can see, I'm thinking about siding in Metatronus, and then I realize I should make sure that his monsters are able to be Tronosed, and then I realize no, he does not have a single monster that can be hit by it that I find important.
Right.
So I just decide to keep it out.
Yeah, that's fair. Um, I didn't quite catch what he was citing. I did see mistaken arrest, but that could have been in the main. Mistaken arrest probably not that crazy against you anyway. I remember Droll was not terribly great. It was okay, but not amazing.
I'll let you know right now that the deck needs to search once.
Right. Well, you weren't able to end on like everything under the Joel. You had to make some concessions. But as far as like establishing a board presence, you only need to search the once.
I
I
suppose.
I will say that. Well, because
I
like
mean,
what I'm saying is you weren't able to end with like both the trap and fusion set and things like that.
um, but why I think Mistaken Arrest should be banned compared to Troll, which I think isn't that crazy of a card, is because there is one search that is important
Or
for
yeah,
most decks.
mistaken arrest can deny the one search.
Yes, and it can
Yes,
be activated in the draw phase.
right, exactly.
And if you see my opponent's hand,
It looks pretty good.
there is a Mistaken Arrest inside of it.
Yes, and also a Skullmeister and a Veiler. So we got three
Uh,
ways to try to stop you from playing. I saw the looks like the that's the old ritual spell, right? The Uncharted or whatever. Discard.
no, it's a quick play spell. If
Oh,
I
but well, I guess what I meant was that it performs a ritual summon. But it
yes, yes.
yes,
So
yeah. That's Uncharted or Unearthed or something like that.
unformed.
Unformed. That's right. Okay, so we get to this one. Ophiel is when we summoned, and it looks like it searched the other one, whose name I do not know. Looks like it's Haggarth or something like that.
Yeah. Uh, mostly I believe that like the level 4 rituals are simply combo pieces to like
Yeah.
continue playing. Uh, I found that they kind of just do the same thing. They
Right.
they reach the continuous spell.
Yeah. So this is what I'm reading here: is that Ophiel added Haggath, and then Haggath added Anastasis, which is now is going to add whatever two he wants. Seems like full and no Triplura.
Uh, so here is something I'm gonna point out. The weakness of the deck that I said earlier was that it strictly minuses.
Right.
Before he had three interactions that were guaranteed against me.
Yes.
His hand contains one or two. I don't. I think it's one now.
Yes, just the mistaken
Uh,
arrest. He had to discard the Veiler and the Skullmeister, right?
yes, which I think
Yes.
is a very big weakness in a game where you have to have hand interaction to be able to like stop your opponent, because your main board is not strong enough. So I think that's what Megalith is missing.
I see what
And
you're
yes,
saying
it's
because
strong.
now between his hand and field he has four cards. He went or okay, but he's drawing two, discarding one for the Anastasis. Okay, so
Yes.
so so he's gone +1 in the whole turn. It looks like full is activating an effect here. So now he has three
Yeah.
cards in hand, three in field. This one, I don't think I. This is Pulak, which is from Dude. It's also a new one. This card's ritual summon. Add a Megalith card from grave to hand. During the main phase
Yeah.
quick effect, you can ritual summon a Megalith monster from grave. Okay, so it does what full does, but it summons from grave instead of from deck.
Yes.
Okay, so we're adding back another copy of Anastasis. Or no, that's the unformed. Sorry.
Yes, unformed.
Okay.
I'm reading this card and I'm like looking at it and I'm realizing that it's just a quick play ritual and its 500 attack thing does not really matter much.
Absolutely not. No, could not possibly matter. But still, I see what you're saying. So basically, this deck doesn't really gain card advantage that effectively. So he's got
Yes.
four cards on the field, well, five now, and two in hand. So he has seven cards, started with five. All that work, he only went +2.
Yes.
Okay, so I'm
And it's for essentially two or three interruptions, not including the hand.
right. And so now it looks like in your draw phase, probably he's activating Unformed to ritual summon out the Noctra Plura by again having to discard a hand interaction or something from hand, or not. I shouldn't say discard, but that's what the material was. So now but then he's able to draw two, discard one off the Anastasis.
Uh, Now my hand in this situation is a lot worse than before. It contains three normal summons, and a
Oh,
brick.
he did not discard off of Anastasis, by the way. Or at least if he did, I didn't see it. But
Uh,
regardless, it looks like you start off field spell, and then that was normal summon Darkblade, right?
and I normal Darkblade, discard Darkblade for its effect, and then he changed Mistaken Arrest, and my hand contains cards that require me to add to hand except for one card, but he has an Omni Negate on field, and he knows what that one card does because he's played the deck before.
Right.
So I'm essentially in a situation where I'm stun locked.
You're cooked here, is what
Uh,
you're saying.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, pretty much.
you're cooked.
Because even if I managed to somehow get the goblin off, he would most likely ritual into the pop monster. And this deck may like being popped, but they have to be popped by their own effects. If
Right,
their own
exactly.
effects,
It's not like Unchained.
yeah, Unchained has triggers on destruction. It's more like they have their own effects that destroy and have
Right,
enabled effects.
right, exactly. Um, so to be clear, though, the mistaken arrest was chained to the Darkblade because that was your target, right?
Yeah, I
Okay,
targeted the Mistaken Arrest.
okay,
I believed mistakenly. I believed that it was a ritual quick play, and then I realized he had discarded it earlier.
yeah, yeah,
Uh, so it actually did not matter.
right.
And at this point, I'm just trying to see how far I can get before he stops me.
That's fair.
I,
So you use Darkblade's second effect to pop itself and summon Goblin, right?
yes,
And then
and then I
Goblin's effect to pop itself and then Foolish too.
yes,
Okay, okay.
because I don't have since I don't have another monster in hand like Memento
Yeah,
name. I can't go for Sleepy because uh, Twin Dragon is essentially useless right now.
right. Because Sleepy can't perform the fusion summon from grave, like the
Uh,
spell can.
Well, it's because yeah, because it can't use materials from grave,
Right.
and
So
then I'd only be able to make Twin Dragon.
yeah. But you summon Gaddock with its own effect. He does not stop that. You add back fusion with the effect of Gaddock, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then he does not stop that either. So I'm guessing is your interpretation here that he's holding the negate for fusion?
That's what I'm assuming. So I'm essentially just trying to bait it out and see if he'll
Right.
stop it.
Right.
But I do have a funny thing that I can do. I'm reading fusion to clip to make sure I can't use the effect to destroy to search if I can't search because sometimes cards say you can search.
Right. And then you can still do the other part because that part's optional.
Yeah.
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 But is that not the case with fusion? Is the search mandatory?
Yeah, the search is mandatory for with fusion, so you
Okay.
can't pop.
All right. So now you go grand breakout here, tributing the Gaddock to summon. It'd just be another goblin, right?
It can be a goblin monster.
Oh, okay.
And
So
I
this is where
feel
your technology comes in.
yes. Now, if I went through Doug Charger instead, I'd be able to get another level 3 out and kind of extend, but I never reached the opportunity to get Doug Charger out. So I can
what is
just
this guy
revive.
here?
It's a it allows me on summon to revive a goblin monster from grave.
Okay.
So I can just revive goblin from grave because it says goblin
Right.
and
Of
not
course.
goblin biker.
Right. So you're able
And
to.
then
So what are you trying to accomplish with this?
I'm trying to bait out the negation.
Okay.
I try to activate everything I can,
Oh, okay.
and
So
then
you
I'm
were just activating any effects to see if he felt something was
yeah,
threatening, but clearly he was pretty well staunch that he was going to hold that negate for Memento fusion, and
yeah,
so basically you got down to a point where that was the only live card you had left. You had to activate it, and he had you there.
yeah.
That's fair.
He learned his lesson from the first game where he didn't wait until
Right.
fusion was activated,
Right.
and then he lost. Oh, I had a hard time siding into this deck because, you never think, what about Megalith when creating a side
Of
deck?
course.
Uh,
Of
so,
course.
like, a lot of my cards were like Spell Trap Hate for decks that run on spells and traps, like Radiant Typhoon and stuff.
Yeah.
So I really didn't have much for Megalith.
It seems like they don't really play into Nibiru. Although you're what pointed non-engine are you even playing?
I play 3 Ghost Ogre.
Okay. Ghost Ogre seems like maybe it could have been decent. It at least would stop the Anastasis.
Yes, I think I do keep Ghost Ogre in throughout this entire time.
Yeah.
I thought it was a decent piece to have.
Right.
I couldn't play as many quick play spells as I normally would in my main because of that.
Right.
But it was fine.
I saw DD Crow. That seems like it's probably good because of the Pulak adding from grave or ritual summoning from grave.
Yes.
What else was probably decent? Your typical breakers like Ultimate Slayer are obviously dead. Do you play Kaijus?
I do not play kaijus.
Okay.
I don't own them. If I own them, I probably play them.
Oh, I can give you some bad Kaijus like the bugs. I have those. The
Okay,
ones
I don't really care.
Okay,
The
fair
game
enough. Fair enough. Okay.
because
Well,
I just
that's neither here nor there. But point being, so your technology for this matchup is a bit lacking. Seems like he opens up Ultimate Slayer and the Veiler to try to deal with what you're about to do, and you have Vision in the draw phase.
yes. Uh, keep in mind he plays 2 Ultimate Slayer,
Okay, I'll keep that in mind.
and so it's a I discard Fusion off of Vision, which
Hmm.
I like doing. A lot of people dislike not having Fusion in hand, but Fusion's second strongest effect is destroying to search. So I can just get another Fusion at worst case because it can
Right.
destroy any monster.
And he Valor's the
So
Anguish here, which you have the
Veil's
horse to
Anguish.
extend, so no big deal there.
He said, and I quote, it was a 50-50. So
Well, it's not
I
really a
mean,
50-50. You have is there no extender besides horse there that does it?
no, Fusion was an extender. I think that was completely wrong
Yeah.
to Valor it.
Yes.
Because I could just Fusion, pop my Anguish, search another Fusion, and if I had more names in hand, like one more name would keep me going.
Right.
So it wasn't a 50-50. It was more like a 20-20-80.
28, like 80% chance you're able to play through the Valor there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And in this line, because Anguish is negated, I have to summon Gaddock to
Because
bring
Anguish
back
can't
Fusion.
revive. Yeah.
Yeah, because Anguish can't revive, which I dislike doing. I feel like this is a neg, but it is also better than just being stun locked.
Agreed.
Which with this deck, it can happen quite easily if you're
Yeah.
not careful about it.
Yeah, for sure.
I believe I opened Combined Creation with this hand or Sleepy. Or and Sleepy. Either that or I search it later on. But by opening Sleepy, I don't have to use the fusion, so I can retain that piece of extension.
Right.
And then I use 3 bodies to
Include
fuse
okay,
it.
so yeah, you do open the combined creation, so you make creation king with it with that and the 2 other bodies. Looks like you used uh it doesn't matter, 2 other memento names. And so now his on summon effect is going to foolish 3 memento names, right?
Yeah. It can be any 3 cards from the extra or main, which is useful in the TCG or in the advanced where it's not pointed.
Right, because what you
Which
do is you would
can't
normally
copy.
foolish another copy of itself, which then searches, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
This is where I make my biggest mistake in this matchup. Instead of dumping the pop trap, I decide to dump the continuous trap to be able to set it. But there's a card in that deck that says you can't chain to the effects of the Megalith monsters.
Yes.
So I essentially am just putting a dead card on my field that it could be a pop on the resolution of effects, which is much more useful.
Right. Well,
Is
I
that
mean that's
I
fair.
think he has 2 Ultimate Slayer. He has 2 in hand, by the way. I was like,
Oh, he
oh,
has
sorry.
2 ultimate slayers in hand.
Yeah, so he only
Okay.
plays 2 and has both of them.
That's really good.
It is it'll prove to be very good.
Yes. Regardless here though, you activate fusion. I'm guessing you're going to go into Twin Dragon.
Yes. I'm thinking about what materials I want to shuffle back, not because I'm worried about not having enough for combined creation, but because I want to be able to search them with Anguish later on.
Yes.
But then I'm putting back an Anguish and a Gaddock because I also realize it's important to maintain the correct account of Anguishes and Gaddocks in my deck.
Right.
If I run out of those, Darkblade's dead,
Okay,
and
that's fair.
the other dump effects. And here I believe I'm adding a Goblin and a Trihorn because I forget to shuffle. I forgot I need to shuffle back the Snatch Steel.
Mace.
Actually add Darkblade, which that means I probably have Goblin in hand. Goblin would allow me to play around Ultimate Slayer if I activate it
Right,
because
because then
it's
they
this.
can't target.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it would allow me to.
It would allow you to do that. Okay, so there you dump another Anguish.
Yes,
What was popped with Twin Dragon there? Was it Sleepy?
it was Sleepy. It
Okay.
was Sleepy to be able to dump another card. And then here I'm gonna do what I have to do in Genesis because I can't dump another combined creation,
Right. So
which
you
is using the search for the field spell.
all right, so Fusion pops Twin Dragon to search field spell, and then Twin Dragon triggers on being destroyed to revive from grave something else, right?
Yes. I do think I messed up this line somewhere because I'm supposed to end on uh the board that I made before where it had the synchro that banishes on monster activation along
Berserker of
with
the Tenyi, yeah.
Berserker of the Tenyi along with combined creation. But I believe I end with a weird board that
Okay.
has here's where I search Goblin too, by the
Okay,
way.
there you go, there you go.
Uh this either that or I do end up with it and I just didn't think I did.
And right there, Akihiron was popped, which allowed you to add fusion back from banish, right?
Yes, yes.
Yes.
Akihiran allows me to add from Banish, which is like the most important combo piece in the deck in a lot of situations. Because if it gets banished, you have no recovery anymore.
Right.
Because you have two ways to recover it: Static and Akihiran, but Akihiran lets you get from Banish and Grave.
Okay, so I see what you've done here. So now you use Dark Blade to pop the whatever it was to get into.
Yes.
Okay, and now you can make your Chorozo, which is your tuner.
Yes.
Okay, nice, nice. So now
So
you,
I
so
didn't set my line.
yeah, so you do have Berserker of the Tenny here, and then you can summon the Horned Dragon, which what is its on summon effect?
It's a summoning. It doesn't have an on summon effect. It's a summoning condition to be able to summon itself without starting a chain. If I have three or more memento names that are different in the graveyard.
What does he do on the field?
On destruction, he targets three cards on the field that are face up, including a memento card, uh, or a memento monster, and then destroys them. Uh,
Okay,
and it doesn't have to destroy all of them, which
right,
is a
yeah,
really
it resolves as much as possible. Okay, so
yes,
your plan is your plan here to destroy that at some point on your opponent's turn, like with your own effect.
yes.
Okay, okay,
So with Creation King, which also destroys, instead of targeting two monsters, you just target the Twin Dragon, and then the Twin Dragon pops two, and then it also pops the combined creation. So it's essentially the same as the if you were to pop two monsters on your side of the field, but then you also get to pop three cards on the opponent's field.
okay. I see. So just a little bit higher quality disruption there. All right, so it seems like we passed it over, and we do go straight to the main phase on our opponent's side, and the Ultimate Slayer, the Berserker of the Tenyi. I'm guessing they sent Malong,
Uh,
or
I'd assume so.
I
Or
can't.
no, wait, no, they sent a punk. They sent the punk synchro. He said, and I quote, "I just needed a synchro, and it doesn't matter."
Oh, well, that's just not correct. All right, so we go ahead and do that, and then we go back into our Megalith lines. We attempt the effect of Notra Plura from hand, which let me see what its a hand effect.
It
Reveal
makes it
this
so
card
that
in your.
monsters cannot be reacted to in their
Oh,
turn.
that's the one. Okay, so reveal this turn. Your opponent cannot activate cards or effects in response to the activation of Megalith ritual monster effects. Okay, so now this is where your continuous becomes useless.
Yes.
And here you go because he activated an effect on a new chain. Creation King or Combined Creation activates to revive Creation King, and then Creation King just gets targeted by Ultimate Slayer.
Yep. And I don't. You can't hear it, but I essentially said if you knew my mistake because he did. If I had activated Goblin on the resolution of the revive, he wouldn't be able to target it. And
Right.
I'm a little ticked off at
So
myself
so
for
did you
not.
did you just forget to do it?
I forgot to
Yeah.
completely. It like completely flew away from my
Yeah.
mind.
I get it.
I should have activated on the resolution of the first card effect he activated,
Right.
honestly.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
But this will prove to be completely pointless on his side because he just gets a draw essentially, because of what happens here.
Right. So it looks like you're thinking about activating fusion.
Yeah.
Okay. And you have is it the three? You just use the three names in hand to get your Creation King right back out. Okay.
Yep. And then it also allows me to plus because I get to dump three again on his turn.
Right. Okay. Which you can dump the Gaddock, and then the Gaddock can summon itself, and then add back. I would imagine Mace for the Snatch Steal.
It'd probably be Mace. If I'm smart. If I'm dumb, I'm grabbing Goblin back and activating it.
let's see
But
what
I honestly don't know.
let's
So
see what we do. We're both gonna find out whether you were dumb or smart. But surely you're sending Gaddock.
yeah,
Right.
you
So
have
you
to send that in this
yeah. So you
situation.
sent Gaddock, Sleepy, and Mace, and then you go Gaddock effect, Gaddock summon itself, and then Gaddock add from grave. And looks like you add
I might add Sleepy.
a Sleepy. Actually, probably wouldn't be bad, but it looks like you do choose Mace. Okay.
The issue I realized when I decided it was because I realized that Mace is no longer in deck because I just dumped it, so I can't Sleepy into Twin Dragon and Twin Dragon search out Mace, and that's what I would search.
I see.
So
Okay. Okay.
a mistake was just dumping the Mace instead of keeping it in deck.
Okay, so Sleepy into Twin Dragon into Mace is just more layers of disruption than going straight for the Mace.
Yeah, because you get to search out another monster as well for follow up. So essentially, I have follow up technically, but if you were to like have a DD Crow or anything that can just get the combined creation out of my graveyard, I would be dead. so I
Right.
have nothing.
Fair enough. All right, so it looks like he's thinking about some plays here.
He was thinking.
Sorry about that. My cats and dogs are going crazy. All right. Luckily, though, I haven't missed anything, and it looks like we activate one of the rituals. Looks like that's the big guy.
Yeah, which allows you to ritual uh from I believe from deck by tributing or from hand. All of them say ritual, so it's kind of hard keeping
Oh
track
no,
of which.
the Natra Plura does not have a discard effect.
Let me see. He might have used another Megalith and tributed it off of that.
That's possible. So either way, though, we summon Ophiel, which Ophiel adds the Megalith monster full, or full. I don't know how you say these names. I think they're all just named after famous like statues.
One important piece of Notra Plura is that it tributes on the resolution of the negation when the opponent's monsters.
Yes. Yeah, when it performs an Omni Negate, it also tributes an opponent's monster.
Yes, which is optional.
Okay. Right, because otherwise your opponent would have to control a monster to even activate it.
Yeah.
Okay, so it looks like we go for the Ophiel effect here on the field, or we're perhaps targeting it. No, I'm guessing we're activating its effect to perform a ritual summon.
Assume so.
Yeah, so we tribute it to summon full, and then full is doing something with that Natra Plura.
Uh, Something adds it back. Let me see if it's full. Yeah, you can target one ritual monster in graveyard. You can level that monster, add the target to your hand. Yeah.
Okay, yep,
So,
so,
so full is now a level 12 or whatever level the big guy is, and
yeah.
also it adds it back.
And then it rituals the big guy, which it can now be the full price because it became level 12.
Yes.
Okay. So big guy has hit the field.
And I have not been able to activate a single effect this turn because I can't react.
Also,
Uh,
okay, so did he just tell you here that you can't respond to the Anastasis activation?
yes, because I believe it says cards.
No,
Like
that is incorrect. It definitely says ritual monsters. Your opponent cannot activate cards or effects in response to the activation of your Megalith ritual monster effects.
yes.
So you can respond to Anastasis because that's
But
not a ritual monster effect. Just so you're
no,
aware.
wait. No, I responded by targeting it, and then he responded by negating and destroying it.
I see. Okay. Okay.
And then I respond with the field spell and Aki Huron, and then I use I use
Well, you don't
Sleepy.
respond. These trigger on a new chain, right?
These are triggers. These are
Yes.
triggers.
Yes.
And then this is the play that wins me the game. I use Twin Dragon to pop the Trihorn Dragon to search for two. I don't care about what I search here as long as they're follow up. It just allows me to activate Twin Dragon to target Trihorn to target the two monsters on the field,
Right.
and then destroy all three of the cards on the field.
So you target the Twin Dragon, Noctiplura, and Anastasis.
Yeah. And he said, "Oh, I forgot to tribute." So I was like, "That's fine, whatever you want to do." And then he tributed the combined creation.
Okay.
He
So
says he probably tributed the Twin Dragon, but he didn't want to say that after I did a play using it.
right, exactly. I get that. So basically, you let him rewind a half sec just to tribute the combined creation on resolution of the negate.
Yeah.
Okay. So why is Noctiplura being revealed here?
I believe he's just revealing his hand
Oh, he's just
because
conceding.
he believes he's losing here.
Okay, I see.
Uh,
Okay.
but
So
he forces me to continue so he can see if I get to lethal, if I remember correctly.
all right, but we're still resolving Horned Dragon, right? That's what we're still trying to do.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I'm resolving Horn Dragon. At this point, I do also think he's trying to think of ways he could get himself out of this situation, which I don't think he can with the deck that he's running with.
I'm not gonna lie to you, Juan. I think this deck is ass.
Megalith.
Yes.
Uh, I think it has merit. Uh, Unfortunately, it's a Genesis deck. It is
Well,
free, so you can run non-engine, but it's just minuses everywhere.
that's what I'm
So
saying. Like, what's the point of the strong non-engine you get to play with it if you have to discard them?
yeah,
Yeah, so all
uh,
that shit gets popped, and now Twin Dragon is going to trigger on pop. You did already use the field spell effect, so you don't get that much.
yeah, it was just the
But, oh,
Twin
but
Dragon.
then you just summon Sleepy, which Sleepy's live, isn't it? If you want a fusion
I
here.
just used Sleepy to make Twin Dragon.
Oh, you did. Okay,
It's
okay.
all live. I'm essentially just bringing out bodies that float into more bodies because Sleepy dumps on destruction.
This is his turn, isn't it?
Yeah, he's about to pass.
He's so fucked.
He is.
Yeah, yeah. He's no. This is
So
it's
he
over.
wants to see me get to it. I don't know why he does it, but I mean, it's unlike when you had me do it. It was because you had a nib in hand, which I noticed you had, and you're probably waiting to see if I play into it, which I don't think I did because you would have threw that down with the
Oh,
quickness.
oh no, no. Nib was. I think it was a draw off of vision. I did not have it during your turn. I drew it
No, I'm
during.
talking about the follow up lethal turn. You had it in hand the entire time.
Oh yes, yes, exactly. Yes. Well, I
Yep.
mean,
So all I have to do to maintain to get to lethal is essentially just bring out the big guy and
and
then
the other
summon
big guy.
use.
Yeah, like it's over. Yeah, this is it. We're witnessing the battle phase. Yeah, fist bump. All right, GG's. All right, sweet. Yeah. So you feel like in Genesis format, Megalith has merit?
It's consistent and it allows you to set up a negate and a destruction. It's just unfortunate that people like me like playing combo decks that can play through a lot. Um,
I feel like you would have to combine this deck with another engine that is just like an advantage generation engine to make up for the how much you're not generating with the Megalith engine. Like
I think if you're playing like Runic or something, it having a good play style because you can just generate advantage.
I could see it with Runic or maybe like a Synchro engine that just like generates bodies that you can use as your tribute material instead of like your engine pieces that you want to keep or instead of your non-engine.
Yes.
Like because like if you could like tribute not Skullmeister, then you have Skullmeister. You know what I mean?
I think that if you were to combine it with an engine, uh, it could be an extra deck engine. You have to check it, make sure there's no extra deck locks. Um,
I'm
but
not a
also based off of what I've seen, he threw it together
yeah.
because he didn't have an extra deck for Ultimate Slayer and stuff, except for like Gurura. But who doesn't have Gurura on hand?
Right. Well, no, I reached out to someone about a Megalith list, and this he's not like playing like this. What he's playing isn't like missing anything. It's exactly the engine cards plus just like normal non-engine cards, like just like normal hand traps and whatnot. Like that's where you just spend your points. You pretty much max out the engine and play hand traps. I feel like this is a deck that needs an advantage engine because here's the problem: your engine negs and hand traps neg.
They do.
So you're just constantly losing card advantage. I feel like this deck should not play hand traps. It should play like some kind of extra deck engine that just generates bodies. That's why I'm thinking like a synchro engine. That way you just always have bodies available. How you
I'm
feeling about
thinking.
how you feeling about Memento in Genesis?
Oh, I love it.
Yeah,
It's
you feel like even with the points, it's like decently positioned.
It could be 100 points. I could have no non-engine room, and I'd still play it. I think it's a very powerful engine. It doesn't really need on engine. I don't think
Right,
I activated a single pointed card in all of my matches yesterday. That wasn't engine.
right.
So
So that's fair.
that
That's
kind of
fair.
tells you.
Hell yeah, buddy. Well, match is over. I really appreciate you coming on and helping me out with these dumb Megalith cards.
Yep.
To those of you watching, I really appreciate you. We will see you on the next one. Peace.
Peace.